A claimed home warranty gives you peace of mind knowing that the major systems and appliances in your home are covered against unexpected breakage and costly repairs. So you can enjoy what you love doing because our coverage options and easy process take the hassle out of finding quality contractors. When your covered items break and you need service fast, a claimed home warranty is here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. For a free, no-hassle quote, go online to acclaimedhw.com.
Owning a home is the American dream. I love my job because I get to help people buy, sell, and improve that American dream. Follow me this week as we explore exciting new trends in Utah's real estate.
So Doug, I know you've done a ton of pools here in Utah. Have you ever come across a challenging situation where you may not have been able to fit a pool in?
Yes, there has been quite a few of those. This was one of them here. Josh and Hillary called us out because they love this house, they love this lot and the views it has. They just wanted a pool and a spa.
But it had like a steep drop off, right?
Right, it was very steep off the back porch here. There was nowhere to put a pool technically.
Yeah.
So we brought in our design team and utilized Brandon from Loft 64. He did up a design which was very fantastic, and my landscaper, wall builder, Innovative Excavating, just took care of this wall, which created all this space here, and we were able to fill it back up and dig out the pool.
Well, it turned out beautiful. Tell me about a little bit about what you guys did here.
When we first sat down with Josh and Hillary on this project, they were interested in a more modern look than the classic style pool with the white plaster and the coping stones and such. And so what we came up with for them was an exposed aggregate, a black exposed aggregate, which makes the pool reflect really well and also makes the water a more deep, dark blue, a lagoon blue, which people like.
Yeah.
And
it looked like a resort.
Yeah, and they wanted some area to entertain, so we added a pergola back there, a couple of gas fireplaces for them, and basically just made this area really inviting and a good place to entertain.
Well, Doug, this is really enlightening because I've come across a situation where I've taken buyers out to houses and they've looked at it and said, well, it doesn't fit our needs because we want to have a pool, and this is great.
Yeah, this is actually what we specialize in, the challenging builds, situations like this where there was no backyard, and rather than have it look like your standard condominium complex pool out in the middle of a flat.
It's a great time to go look at Park City real estate, and I got one of the pros up there. I got Tom Peak here, and Tom, this is an incredible property. Tell me a little bit about this.
This home is in the Colony on Another World ski run, so direct ski and ski out off Another World and Rhapsody. Designed by Peter Penoyer, famous New York City architect. There's a lot of classic homes. You'll see that this is more of a classic than what you'd expect in Park City maybe.
Yeah, and so tell me exactly where in Park City this one's located.
This one is in the Colony. The Colony is in the area where the canyons and the Park City Mountain Resort combine to create the largest ski area.
Yeah.
And it's right in the middle, so it's accessible to both sides.
And those just recently combined, and so now this is a really big deal now, right?
Yeah, it's Vail's new big, the cherry on the top of the cake.
Yeah, okay, good.
So obviously this thing is, they've put a lot of money into it, a lot of detail work. Tell me a little bit about the things that they were thinking as they were putting this home together.
Well, what you'll notice in here is all the paneling. The walls are all paneled ceilings, coffered ceilings. All of that is white oak. So where you see, normally you wouldn't expect someone to use white oak and then paint over it as they have throughout this home. And then it's all done in Faro and Ball paint, which is very expensive finishes.
As it should be, but it really stands out. It's absolutely beautiful.
It does. Classic kitchen. It connects to a 2-bedroom apartment that is off of the kitchen with a separate entry for a nanny or a mother-in-law or guests.
Yeah, I love all that lighting. They did a really nice job. Just, it's really clean and very bright.
It
you know,
is.
But it's not over the top bright, you know, like the classic white. It's bringing in kind of more the warms and bright somehow.
Yeah,
It's
there's a
very
lot of
inviting.
outside light. In the wintertime with the snow out there, it's really exceptional. It's, as you can see, just a lot of light. This was shot in the afternoon, so you can see the light coming in from a little bit more the west side of the home. But it's all of the best finishes that you could imagine in a classic home like this.
Now, it's obviously beautifully detailed with all this furniture and stuff. Is this going to be included in the sale, or are these going to be personal property?
This would be included in the sale. The plan was to set the home up the way it should be, and they'll move on to their next home and furnish it the way they'd like to furnish that home.
Yeah, and that's appropriate, because you can't take this style of furniture and really probably make it work in another house. So that's great. So let's talk about price on this. What are we looking at?
This is $6,995,000, which is a price that is probably the lowest per square foot in the colony. And this is a home that is probably one of the highest per square foot to construct. Just because of all the paneling we're looking at here is all the white oak and throughout the whole home.
So yeah, this would be considered a value then.
Yes, it would be considered a value. It would be relative to the market there for sure.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So it looks like we're heading upstairs here. What are we going to see up there?
Well, once you get upstairs, there's a really fun big, right here as you would enter here, is a big bunk room. It's in the coolest color of blue. It's kind of a powdery sky blue, and just a gorgeous room. Kids would love that, as you can imagine. It's got 2 bathrooms that come off of it. So the boys and girls each have their own bathroom. And as you see here, great view off to the north.
Yeah, you can see all those beautiful trees out
Right,
there. They're
yeah.
just nestled right in there.
It is right in the trees. It is right in the trees with 2 runs, ski runs on either side, and also the Mid-Mountain Trail, which is a famous, one of our Mountain Trails Foundation big epic trails in Park City.
Wow, they really put it in on this home. And so, gosh, so all the decorating and everything is all involved in this. What are we looking at here?
This is a little office, kind of a TV den. If you look at the walls, that's the clear oak that was used everywhere in the house. Now, everywhere else, it would have been painted. So you can see how beautiful it is. It was it was actually waxed in that room. So beautiful job there. This is all the master level, that little den, the office, the master bedroom, his and hers bathrooms is all on the master level of the home. That's a great spot to sit and watch the sunset. Sunrises on that side also.
It's beautiful. So is this the master suite then?
This is the master suite.
Yeah, very, very beautiful.
Very large also, a lot of elbow room in there. That's his bath and her bath. This was built by Charlie and Mary Windsor, who are locally Park City famous. Charlie was responsible for the construction of a lot of the venues for the Olympics, but built this and really, you can just see the level of detail. He's very proud of this home.
Yeah, it's definitely something to be proud of. He did a spectacular job here. And so I assume this is going to be one of the guest suites here.
This is actually in the 2-bedroom apartment that's adjacent. It's got that great window bed with a great view. This is going down to the ski room, a couple of wine lockers. So this is the ski room directly out there is where you ski in and out. You just click on your skis right outside that door and off you go.
And off you go.
And you come in, click them off, and you're home.
Yeah, that's great. So Tom, this is absolutely spectacular, and I just love that we got a couple shots here of what it would look like as you're flying by and looking at the winter. If somebody wanted to contact you and wanted more information about this, how would they reach you?
Well, you'd contact us, Tom Peak and Kevin Murray, at 435-645-5811, or Tom at tompeakparkcity.com.
Well, we've been thinking about it, and we're just not sure.
I understand.
We've never sold a house before.
I'll walk you guys through every step.
So if we sell, do you think we can swing it?
Well, I have the numbers right here, and based on the comps that I found, the timing is perfect. There are a lot of buyers for a house like yours.
It's good to know.
I'm so excited.
Come plan your wedding in a day with Utah's highest qualified vendors. It's Lakai's Bridal Extravaganza show, happening July 15th from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Come enter to win Lakai's Dream Wedding Package with a honeymoon at Getaway from Getaway to Days Vacations at the Catamaran Resort and Hotel in San Diego, California. The first 50 brides to enter the door will be entered to win a 2-night honeymoon stay. Be one of 4 lucky brides entered to win a men's ring in our cake dive. Please register at utahbridalshows.com.
So Julie, one of the problems I've been running into is these buyers are going into this computer underwriting and they're getting rejected, and then they feel like they can't get a deal done. What do you guys do in that situation?
Well, in that situation, we go one step further and we have a manual underwrite. We don't just use the industry standard for an automated underwriter. We give it to one of our individuals, and they can dig deep into that file, and we're giving more options for more buyers, getting more people qualified to buy homes.
That's great, because the computer kind of looks at it black and white, but when you actually put it in front of an actual processor, they can look at, oh, I can see why that makes sense, right?
Yes, and our underwriters, some lenders will have a hard stop. For example, if your credit score is only 620, it might eliminate you from the buying pool, but not in our case. We can go in and go beyond that. We don't have a hard stop just at a 620 credit score. So it does open up the market for a lot more buyers. In fact, people that have been denied other places, we're able to take care of.
That's awesome. And then the other thing I notice is when sometimes these lenders are trying to sell it to somebody else, so they do underwriting for themselves, and then when they're going to sell it to somebody else, they have their own underwriting, and then sometimes it'll mess the whole deal up.
And it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
The other thing that's frustrating is people don't know that they don't like that their loan is being sold off over and over again. We retain servicing on that. When we originate the loan, most of our loans are going to be new PIN financial is who you're going to be paying for the life of your loan.
Which is nice. So they get the added benefit. They don't have to go through that double underwriting, and then they know exactly who they're going to be paying long term.
You bet, and we love that.
So Julie, for this one, we're also up in Heber, and this is kind of interesting because last weekend I went up to Daniel Summit. I've always driven by Daniel Summit, okay, and that's right across the street. This one's right at the top of the hill, just as you're heading up to Strawberry, and I've always driven right past this, and Daniel Summit and Daniel Lodge is right there, and it's it's a spectacular area. But I've always driven past and gone right to Strawberry. That's usually kind of my interest. But I stopped at the lodge there. We rented some four-wheelers, and we had such a good time. And we rented these four-wheelers, went all up in the mountains right here, and I was looking across, and I came back, so we had kind of dinner there at their little lodge, at the little cafe, and I was looking over the property thinking, man, my gosh, that house has been on the show before. We should probably show it again, because I don't know if I really appreciate it. There's Daniel Summit right there. There's the lodge right there, and right next to it, it's got the little cafe, and it's got a place this is a year-round type of thing. They've got that national forest right there, and it just opens up, and they're just the funnest roads to go four-wheeling and to go snowmobiling, and you can use something like this. I mean, you can use this all the time. And here's this beautiful property. And you're not going to find anything else like this in the state of Utah.
I mean, this is
just magnificent, and
somebody,
it's not far off the beaten path. You know, it didn't take you that long to get up there.
No, which is
you
great.
Forget how quick it is to get there.
They consider it Heber, but man, you want to talk about the outskirts of Heber. I mean, you're right by Strawberry Reservoir here.
Yeah.
And so this, as you can see, this is, I mean, sometimes they play like they're log homes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's how you normally build them, because you can't afford to build real log homes.
Oh,
and if you build a massive, big log home, you get into some expense, because you're not talking about price per square foot, you're talking logs per square foot.
Right.
And logs are expensive. And then to have to move them around, and this is a really, really unique opportunity. You just don't see this.
And being in a log home like that, you get the feeling of the growth and how long these trees have been there, and just it just gives you a certain feeling to be in a real log home.
Yeah, there's something to it, right?
Yeah, there really is.
This would be like if you had like a big family and you wanted to have everybody over, you're looking at almost 10,000 square feet in this log home.
Oh my goodness, that's huge.
It's 9106 with 7 bedrooms, 5 full, and 2 3/4 baths. So that's like 7 bedrooms, 7 baths. It's on just about an acre of property. It's got an 8-car garage. And as you can see, they didn't lose the style as they went around this thing. I mean, they just kept that kind of wood style everywhere they went.
Yeah. It's just beautiful and it just feels so inviting and you could just be grounded, and relax, and just rejuvenate yourself there.
Yeah, and then of course they've got these beautiful fireplaces everywhere, and this, the folks that own this property, man, I just don't know. They don't need this much property. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I would do with it, but for somebody, it's just a unique opportunity. I mean, I don't know where else you're going to go and find something that's that big and so unique.
People go all over the world to go on vacation, and where will you need to go?
I mean, look at those mountains. They're just absolutely beautiful.
And that road is always kept clear year round.
That's right.
So you're always going to have access. You don't have to go a couple of miles up that are not plowed.
Because that's one of the problems with one of these cabins. They're normally tucked back in, and you have to find a way to get to there.
Right.
This one's easily accessible. There's the home theater, as you can see, even down in which would be considered actually the lower level. They don't actually have a basement. This would be the lower level. You'll notice you access and most of the stuff on the main floor. So theoretically, you could think of this thing as 3 stories tall. Yeah, and then it has a big, the garage, look at the size of this.
Oh, that is great.
This is an 8-car
you
garage.
can put a lot of toys in that garage.
Yeah, and so if you wanted to put, if you had snowmobiles, you had 4-wheelers, whatever, you wouldn't struggle for a place to put them, that's for sure. Kate, Julie, for this one, we're going to be heading out to Riverton, which is a nice little area of Salt Lake, right? Kind of near the south end of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this one, as you look at the outside of the property, you can tell it's an ivory home. Ivory homes have a certain style and design, but take a look at this in the back. It's got the surprise 5-car garage. So you have 2 on the front, and then you've got a separate one in the back that's massive. I mean, look at the one garage is big enough to put a boat, RV, and then you got another 2-car garage. So this is very, very unique. You don't find this a lot of times because it's really expensive to do.
I had a friend that looked for 6 months because they wanted garage and had project cars, and that's what they needed. Yeah. This is fabulous.
Yeah, so this is a unique one. If we go and look for these houses, it's really hard to find. But when you're looking at a garage like that, you're probably looking at about $50,000 to finish something out, and that's not something you normally put in the loan. This is something you have to pay out of pocket, right?
To do it later, yes. You don't find homes with that.
Yeah. And it's got a bunch of RV parking out there too, which is great. And then they still got a good sized backyard, which is really nice. And as we're looking at the inside here, it's got some really nice, it's ivory homes, right?
That's such a nice big window above the sink.
Yeah.
You can really have a nice view of what's happening outside.
I've talked about this quite often, but Ivory Home is really, really good at building floor plans. They've mastered the art of the floor plan in Utah and the way that we live, and then they do a really good job of pulling the community in, and so all the houses are alike, and so you're not buying a house in kind of a onesie-twosie type neighborhood, like my house is like that one, but not like the other ones. They have kind of a natural flow to them, and that helps houses appreciate, and it makes for, you know, good types of property. Now this one's going to be a classic two-story home. We're going to be looking at 70 square feet with 4 bedrooms, 2 full and 1.5 baths. Is on just about 1/4 of an acre, and of course that 5-car garage.
Well, and that master had separate vanities. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
You got to have that.
It's great to have a double sink, but completely separate's even better.
Yeah, and the beauty of the two-story plan is really nice because, of course, you have all your living space. You have family members that are coming over, or any sort of visitors or anything. They're on the main floor. That's where you're going to eat. That's where you're going to enjoy the house. And then when you go up to sleep, when it's time to sleep, of course, you go upstairs. You've got 4 bedrooms upstairs, and then down below, you've got a full basement. And that's more kind of the entertaining part of the house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the way you look at it, right?
You bet.
And so this is nice because you've got your garage space, you've got your entertaining space, and look at they've got a salon down in the basement. And so they've got a really nice access that comes down the side of the house where you can come in. Now you can use this, right now it's used as a salon, but you could do just about, you could have a home business that ran from here.
Well, that's very typical in Utah to have some sort of a home business.
That's right.
So that gives
and
you
so,
that
and it's
separate
already
entrance.
put together. It's
Yeah.
already put together. And then you can even write off stuff like that on your taxes.
They've got the parkings for their clients too.
That's right, and so that's what you're looking at, about $520,000 in Riverton, and you don't find this type of house very often.
That's a great house.
So for this one, we're going to head on up to Heber Valley, and now Heber Valley is one of the beautiful places to left in Utah, right? It's close to everything.
Oh, it's so beautiful. The mountains are all around you there.
Yeah, and so this one, as you can see, it's on its own little corner. As you can see, the property perfectly wraps around, and you're looking at 1.33 acres. And as you can see, this property, I mean, perfect if you want to have horses. You can see you can go up on all those mountains behind you, and you got a place for if you wanted to add in a stable, and you got your horse. They call that a paddock, is that what you said?
Yeah, there are paddocks right there, and you can. What's great with this, if you're pulling a trailer, you don't have to back up. You can just post right around.
Yeah, they've got it designed really well, and of course the house is just absolutely beautiful. Heber Valley, I spent a lot of time up there. They got the 2 lakes right there. You got Jordanelle and Deer Creek, and look at that beautiful view. And this one's right up away from everything in a cute little area. It's called Lake Creek Farms, and this one is. They've really spared no expense. As you can see, they got a 4-car garage on the side that accesses from the side. They've got that kind of flagstone rock as you're walking up to the front door. And here and now you can see this beautiful landscaping, right?
Oh yeah, that is great.
Yeah, and going into the inside, you can see they've spared no expense. All the wood that they put into this house in beautiful, majestic 2-story windows.
Isn't that great? I love the tones of the wood, the coloring. It's nice.
It's very warm, right?
It is.
Yeah. Really nice flooring, really nice decorating, beautiful door. That's always a big thing to put in a house.
And that railing leaves it nice and open too.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at this one about 5,290 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 full, and 1.5 baths. Of course, it has a 4-car garage. It's on 1.33 acres, and it's got the master on the main floor. It's their traditional Ramblers type style home, and the styles and finishes they put into this, man, you weren't thinking about money when you built this house.
No, I noticed the full finish on the walls. It's beautiful, like a Italian plaster.
Yeah, in the kitchen here, look at all those beautiful cabinets and different types of wood, which I really like. They've got wolf range. Really nice.
And another pot.
The pot filler. Yeah,
yes.
Those are real popular, right?
Yeah, and that tile behind this, above the stove, is almost a European frame out on it.
Got the Sub-Zero fridge, which you gotta have.
Yeah.
Yeah, granite countertops, of course, just standard. Beautiful. All the stuff that they put into this is so nice.
Wonderful finishes.
Double oven, gotta have that, right?
Yes, of course. This makes me happy.
Yeah. And all the blinds, as you can see, it's plantation shutters, and again, all into wood, which is just
tones.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So the master, of course, is on the main floor here, and it's a true master. Big, huge ceilings. Even though it's a rambler, they really added that extra height in there, which really makes for a majestic look.
And the tones of the wood with the stone it fits so well in that Heber setting. And
Yeah.
you want that up in the mountains.
Yeah, you
really
kind of want
do.
to have that Western style for this type of home, you know,
Yeah.
kind of the woods and that warm feel that goes along with it. It's a perfect style.
Yeah, it's very elegant, but it's also very appropriate for the setting that it's in.
Yeah, and the master, they didn't miss anything on the master. Just absolutely beautiful wood work, and the sink still beautiful, very elegant.
Oh, gosh.
Shower's very nice,
Nice
right?
accent trims on the shower
Yeah.
and around the tub.
Big, huge closet. Got to have that, right?
Gotta have a nice walk-in closet.
So this is going to be off the master as you're walking, or just right off of the entry as you walk in. This is going to be the office, and now we're heading downstairs. Downstairs we have 2 bedrooms. So there's 2 bedrooms on the main on this one, and then 2 bedrooms down in the basement. And they've got a lot of room to entertain, as you can see.
Wow, that is really light. Look how light that is down in. And is this the lower level?
Yeah, so this is the basement right here.
My
But
goodness.
it's still a walkout. And so it still gets all that natural light in there,
Yeah,
which is
it
so
does.
nice. And they really push that back to give you a lot of space down in the basement as you walk out. You don't just go to stairs. Sometimes when you walk out a basement, even though it's kind of a walkout basement, you go to these stairs to get out. This one's got a big open area down there. The Fort
great.
Knox safe is all built in. Look at, they've got their little saddle there. Isn't
Of
that so
course.
cute? Look at another one of these bedrooms.
They're just the right size. They're large enough that you can put a large bed in, still have plenty of room around. Great size for the bedrooms.
Yeah, this is now off the back deck here. This is your back deck, and you look out, and you've got plenty of grass out there, and then you've got your place for your horses. This is for the right type of person that wants to have. I'd love to have some horses. That's, you know, it's funny, as I get older, I start thinking about I'd like to have some more land and have some more farm. I love farm animals. It's kind of, when I was younger, I would have never thought about that, but it's, you know, kind of funny. It's on my mind lately.
Oh, I grew up with them. It's a wonderful place to be there in Heber and have that opportunity. Look at those mountains. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's just a quiet, peaceful, beautiful place to live. And you can see they're riding their 4-wheelers right down the street, you know, because that's just how it is out there. That's right.
Protecting your home means protecting your single largest financial investment. That's why when you buy a home, you buy owner's title insurance to protect your home ownership. Purchasing owner's title insurance will ensure your home ownership rights are protected against unexpected claims such as liens, a forged deed, encroachments, and other situations covered by the policy. For a one-time fee paid at closing, coverage lasts for as long as you own your home. Who can you count on for that protection? Since 1953, North American Title has built a strong reputation for personal service and financial strength. Our associates work with you, your lender, and your real estate agent to make sure you close on schedule. And we issue the title insurance that'll be there to protect your home ownership through the years. Call North American Title at 801-566-3066 or go to www.nat.com/Utah Protect to learn how to order owner's title insurance for your new home.